Hello, Divine Ones. Welcome. This is One Divine Light, and today I'll be bringing through a channeled message as well as an energy attunement. So the guides are going to be bringing through a message. They're going to be bringing through what you would call an activation, an attunement, and I'll be speaking in both English and as well light frequency. So you'll hear both of those things today. Ia torokoso takarasa takarasa. They're going to begin. Ia tatakarasa, dear ones. We wish to yorokasa greet you with this overjoyous celebration. And I'm asking them why. And they're saying to me this is your natural state. While you may be looking around your place, space, your world, your social media, friends and family, you may be seeing or experiencing what looks like the opposite of joy. Now, we would say that this joy that is within you and is in fact you, and is in every cell of your being. And this is your Savior, your salvation. I'm asking if this is if this is the right word. And they're saying, yes, it is the correct word. Because you're looking outside of you for the Savior, the salvation, for the answer, for where is it? How can I get it? Clearly it's not for me. We would say peace is in every fabric of your being and indeed in all things. We would say this joy is not separate from you. What if everything that you desired, everything that you wanted, and from a higher perspective, everything that you needed, which is much different than everything that you want, and that you were not separate from this. There was no space and time between you and what it is you need or what it is you want or what it is you desire. Because in fact, there is no space, place, or time in between this and that, between you and us, between she and me, between between lovers, yes, between lovers, because you view that there are others, and you put your hooks into them as your lover, beloved, and you play the games, and it's not always that you know that you're playing them. You see, and in this you create a separateness, and divine love is not as much of an action or a feeling as it is a state of being. Divine love is a state of being. And joy is a state of being. And we would say your natural state of being. And so therefore there is no space, place, and time between you and what you are. How silly is that? How funny is that to think there is something between you and you. Now, we would say the only thing that is between you and you, if there was a thing, but in fact, this is also no thing as well. We have talked about no thing before, or nothing, or emptiness before. We would say that the thing that is between you and you is your attachment to the story that you tell about the person that you believe that you are, and about the circumstances and the sights you see before your eyes, which continue to change like a spinning wheel that is going round and round very quickly. We would even say what you would call dangerously, like dangerously at high speed, dangerously like an amusement park where there are many rides, and people are not paying attention to the maintenance of the rides, and they are all trying to make the money, and push people through Yorokos as quickly as possible, and the workers that are working the rides you might see at like a fair or something, where you would find that you see many unhappy people just doing the jobs that they need to do or they think they need to do or get done, like this. And things are moving like this right now, but we would also say they are also not like this at all. This is the perception that you may have, or the experience that you may have based on your current reality, based on the alignment that you have with your current reality and the attachment you have to the story. What you see is not what you get. And you must be able to discern between the illusion and what is true, because what is true does not play the game, although is in every fabric of the game. You see what's true, the energy of what you might call source, you could also call Christ consciousness, and you could call whatever it is that you like. Some of you might like to call it God, you may call it Buddha, you may call it whatever you like, because words don't accurately describe the pure joy. This is not the right word, but the feeling of this is beyond comprehension and not something that can be spoken. And it can be experienced though, and you can experience it because you are it. That is like saying you cannot experience the biting of your tongue, or the flicking if you flicked your hand, or you cannot experience anything. Of course you can experience that. You can experience who you are. So we would say the only thing that is standing between you and the realization of this is the story that you tell about yourself, and your insistence on the adherence to the rules that have been created individually and collectively. You create your own individual rules and your own individual chaos. You are the person that is belittling your own self. And now is not the time for this. Now is the time to rise. And rise you will, and rise you must. And some of you may hear the bell and not wish to rise to the occasion, except all will have to rise because the beds will be shaken and you will be forced to get out. So you could get out willingly or not. Still, either way, the love is the same. We love you the same, and you are loved the same because you are loved by you. You might think from one perspective that we are sharing a message with you, and from another perspective, we would say a truer perspective, is the divine aspect that you are. The divine truth that you are. Is speaking to itself. You are speaking to yourself. I spit on myself. And I'm not even going to edit this either. Okay, carrying on. Because it is a joke. When you awaken, you will see that it doesn't matter if you are the prince or the pauper, if you spit on yourself or your hair wasn't just right, if you had the A or the C or the F, it doesn't matter. None of these things really matter. And you will see that. You will see that. Now, we wish to bring through an energy attunement for the times ahead, and to is it remember? It's not really remember. What's more accurate to say? To clear the mud, the stains, the grasping at the story. And when this is like you pull the blind, or you like you have something under a sheet and they're showing it to me like a marble statue under a sheet, and then you pull the sheet, and before you pull the sheet you just have like an idea of like what's underneath there, and you're always guessing like, is it like this or is it like that? But you'll never know until you lift the sheet, and the sheet is like your small self or your ego self or your personality structure, your personality self. Any of these ways of describing it, the you that you think is you. This. When this veil is lifted, you can see what has always been under the cloth, and then you can see the many layers of the statue, and beyond that, you know, with an internal knowing of the truth of who you are and what you are, and what all is, which is this divine truth. So we wish to bring through now, please, this what you would call activation, and also like an energy attunement that attunes you to what has always been. So why do you need to be attuned to what you have always been? So I'm asking them about this, and also it's not that it's forgotten. Some of you might say, well, it is forgotten, and we would just say it's like distorted. You can't forget what you are. And sometimes people might say you come and you have an earth experience and you forget, you have amnesia. And we would say, you could say it that way if you like. More accurate would be to say is that you could never forget really who and what you are, and every action that has ever been taken is recorded, like imprinted. It's imprinted, coded, if you would. And we would say that there is no forgetting that. However, it is just like seeing an object from a far distance, where you see something and you're not really clear until you're up close to it. It's like that. But it's never out of your sight. It's always here. And we would beg you to ask yourself this question repeatedly. What if there was no space and time between me and what I truly am, between me and peace, between me and love, between me and we, because there is no me without we. This is it. So begin now, please. Your heart and our heart is one heartbeat through all of what you would call eternity. And it always beats in a harmonious way. Sometimes you get in a situation where you get caught up in the illusion of life, in the way that it is presenting itself in front of you, and as a result, your heart rhythm begins to change, and as a result, you see things like you are not in a harmonious state. You see what you would call like a discord or something that is not harmonious. And we would say harmony is always here now. And peace is always here now. And let us like join forces and amplify what already is. That's the word. Okay. It's not that you have forgotten Yorotokoroso. This is like an amplification. Yorotokoroso. Okay, let's do it. Yorotokosakarasatekarasa. Shalari. Hisu pikiapakatosu kichikapatata sukutichikupakate. Uktana shaila da twayana shukwata shia kwata kase anyway anasai aquina sai shia maya troko sopaya tala si anasala shori. And they're sending energy now, Iorotokorosa, from my heart. Iorotosa, actually from every cell. Iorotokorosa, tekarasa. And there's no distance between my heart and your heart, and our hearts are one heartbeat. Iorotokorosa, tekarasa, that beats in a harmony. Iorotokorosa, tekorosa, that plays the song of truth. Iorotokoro, the rhythm if you would, the rhythm if you like. Iokorosa, the rhythm of truth. Iayatergasa, the frequency of truth. Iokorosa, tekorosa, tekarasa, tekarasa, and all is. Iorotokoroso, one, Iorotokoroso, and that one is none. Iorotokoroso, and though you may call us Iorotokoroso by one divine light, Iorotokoroso, or she will say for simplicity, the guides, Iorotokoroso, and really though, when you boil it all down, Iorotokoroso, there is just one Iorotokarasa of us, Iorotokoroso, one of us, Iorotokoro. There is one of us, Iorotokoroso, and we are this glorious one, Iorotokoroso, and regardless of the form or no forms that we take, manifest, Iorotokoroso, or present ourselves as or through Iorotokoroso, we would say that regardless of this, Iorotokoroso, the message is always the same and the essence is always the same, and that is one of no thing, of a pure, what you might call Christ consciousness, a pure consciousness. And this permeates all things as vast. Beyond whatever your concept of vast is. There is never ending, ever permeating light. I don't know what this is. There's no word. And where the words will fail as they will, the energy that we are sending through does the replacement of words, because there is an inner knowing when you experience this message, however you may experience it. It may be through the words, it may be through the energy, and in any way that you experience it, you will know, because you have always known, and you know right now. So if you are asking a question, you have the answer. You must lift the cloth, lift the veil, lift the barrier by letting go of your attachment to the story and the idea that there is a time, a place, and a space, or anything between you and you, between you and divinity, between you and enlightenment, between you and what you need, between you and what you want, between you and another. There is no space, there is no place, there is no time between any of it. We would like to end this today. Yes, it is short and sweet, yet powerfully embedded in the field, and closer than that, within your heart and within every cell. This message itself is simply one more divine form. Just like the tree is is God in form, or source in form, informing the field. This message is a vibration that is beyond five senses. That is encoded into the field, as so it is, as it is done, as it has always been. This message is timeless. As there is no time and there never has been. There is the perception of time, but there is actually no time. And there is no space. No space as you define space. As you define time. Any of these definitions, while they may serve you in some ways, it is becoming time for you to let go of these definitions, to experience the peace that you are. And so it is. Okay. Thank you so much to the guides for this message and this energy attunement. We are deeply grateful for every opportunity to mix, blend, to blend with you. Thank you so much to the guides and to you for sharing in this experience with us. Yes, and as always, we are sending you so much love. Thank you.